I wasn't actually going to vlog today because I planned on getting up and filming the aesthetic part of my morning for the introduction. I realized that I was going to title this A Realistic Day in My Life, and the aesthetics are not part of that. So I have been awake for an hour and a half-ish now. We usually wake up at 6 o'clock and it's about 7:30-ish now, and I thought I would just film a realistic day in my life. It is Sunday today. He's asleep. Boob's still out, of course. He has to use it as a pillow. So this is my position for the morning. We're very matchy, me and my pillow. The couch is in disarray. That's what happens when you live in your renovations and have a baby. I thought I would just say, at the moment, he has had a feed. He is fast asleep. I dare not put him down at the moment. Sometimes he just wakes really easily during the daytime naps, and at nighttime especially he's been having a little bit of a tough time. I don't know why. He could be going through a growth spurt or something, I don't know. My sister said he was going through a leap very soon, so he could just be stirring for I don't know what reasons, but it's usually every hour and a half he'll stir and cry. So I'll just have to figure out what's wrong with him and get him back to bed. So that makes me a tired lady. We have our first nap today. Usually daytime naps are contact naps because he's so whittle and he doesn't really like being put down. Sometimes he will feed to sleep in the bed and I'm able to put him down, but he only stays there for about half an hour max. So I'm just figuring out how to sort that out because it is hard to get things done with a little clinger baby. I'm cherishing every single moment, but you know what it is. It's hard to get things done, and I didn't have time to put him in the carrier. Otherwise I would have, because he fed to sleep and I dare not move him. I bought the Dr. Golly sleep program. So that's what I'm reading to maybe help us gain some sort of routine in the nighttime and help him not wake up so many times. Got laundry to hang out soon, but I can't. Is that all you're gonna do? Is that all you're gonna do? Really? I'm going to take it that he's done. Whoa, who's that handsome fella? Who's that handsome fella? We're just gonna take a trip outside. I'm gonna prop you in the pram and then we're gonna hang the laundry out together, aren't we? Oh no! I'm not sure if he's actually gonna fall asleep, but I need to hang this laundry out. So we're gonna go for a little journey outside in our little carrier. I usually use this carrier to put him to sleep or to walk around while he's asleep. Okay, that didn't last long. He wants food. Yeah, you're being sooky. You're hungry. Yeah, let's go. I made it to 2 pairs of pants. You're to blame. My goodness, you look cute in this camera. Oh, sorry, sorry. It's 10:20 and I'm getting ready for the day. I'm not sure if I'm going anywhere. It's yet to be decided. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna get ready. I made myself an ice mocha. It's the best. It's like 30 degrees today. I also just kind of wanted to go through what no one really tells you when you are a first-time mum, because there are some things that I prepared for and then some things were completely unexpected. Like, going off the top of my head, the first thing I can remember was like after he came out and everything, we went back into the room and he was like in the little bassinet that they provide. He just started like coughing and choking and I was just like freaking out, and I didn't realize that they like spit up so so much fluid like so early. I thought they'd spit it up like after you took them home, like a little bit later, but no, they spit up and like cough and choke on the fluid that they've been pretty much inhaling for the whole 9 months. Let's go on the subject of tiredness. People do say like, just you wait, you know, wait until you're tired. Like honestly, when I was in hospital, I was exhausted. I probably slept like 4 hours in total of my 2-day stay. I was exhausted. It was really hard because obviously the first night they're very chill, but the second night, ooh, he absolutely lost it. I broke down in tears because I had no idea what he wanted. I couldn't give him anything. He didn't want milk, he didn't want to be cuddled, he didn't want sleep, he just didn't want anything, and he was like screaming blue murder. It was so distressing. I was just crying because I could not figure out what he wanted, and I felt so bad. Like it was just awful. Like second night syndrome is like definitely a thing, but the midwives definitely heard him crying. They came in and they were just like, look, let's get dad to bundle him up, put him in his little crate and take him for a walk, because sometimes the baby literally just needs a break from the mum. He can smell my milk and sometimes he's overwhelmed by it and he just needs a moment away from me to calm himself. Billy took him for a walk and the midwives came back and consoled me and just explained pretty much that. And then they were asking like if I had colostrum. I couldn't collect colostrum while I was still pregnant. I gathered like a drop and that was it. But they came in and they actually they literally milked me. Like I have been milked by several midwives, but it's just like at that point you just sit there like you've done the worst. After birth, I was literally standing there like naked having a conversation with the midwife. They got a fair bit of colostrum out of me and they were being really like encouraging and like, because I was just like sitting there, like I remember I was just like sitting there like crying. The feedings, I exclusively breastfeed him currently. Your nipples, they will be very sore. Like I was this close to just exclusively pumping. I was very, very close. It feels like a tiny little shark is literally gnawing at your nipples that are already sensitive and sore. I was like cracked and bleeding on both sides. I'm pretty sure I have a scar on the other side from like a graze. It's a really hard hurdle to jump over when you're in that point. I'm pretty sure it was like 1 a.m. I was exhausted. I was crying. I was in so much pain. Tears were like streaming down my face. I was sobbing. And I was texting my sister and I was like, I can't do this. Like this is absolutely torture. She was just like, it is right now, but it won't be forever. You just need to keep going. Literally as soon as I left the room, I remembered some other little tidbits of things I did not know with a newborn. Their breathing. They can sleep so soundly on you, so quietly, but when you put them down, they grunt, they groan, they squeak, they cry. It's insane. I had no idea that there was like 2 different types of sleep for newborns. There's like active sleep and then they're like deep sleep. So their active sleep is when they just like wiggle like they're awake. He cries in his sleep sometimes. He will grunt, he will stretch, he will just toss his head like this. And I just have to sit there and just watch him, because I used to console him because I used to think he was awake, until like my phone started listening to me and showing me that other parents were just like, this is called active sleep. Try not to do anything, just watch and see if they need consoling, because 9 times out of 10 they'll just resettle themselves and you won't have to do anything. So I've been doing that, and yeah, it was just active sleep. On the topic of breathing, there is a thing called periodic breathing. I did a lot of Googling in the early days of newborn life, and now I Google everything. It's Dr. Google, but you shouldn't, but you do anyway. I found that periodic breathing, because I was just like, why is my baby holding his breath and then breathing again? He'd like hold his breath and then just resume breathing. Usually if it lasts more than 20 seconds is when you need to see someone. I'm pretty sure it's 20 seconds, please don't quote me. It shouldn't last more than 10 seconds of holding their breath, and then they'll resume normal breathing, and then they'll hold their breath, resume normal breathing. I don't know why they do it. Apparently they don't grow out of it until 6 months. I was looking at his little hands. I remember that they get full of milk and lint. Like lint literally gathers between their fingers and their palms and you just spend the rest of your motherhood picking lint from their fingers. It's so cute, but it's just like, how are your little tiny little hands oh so dirty? Oh my god, look at his little hands, look. So I just spend my days picking lint, milky fluff from his little fingers, even his toes. I don't know how it gets there, but it does. In the early days, when he was really little, every wake up would be met with a cry, especially like first thing in the morning. It's really sad to like wake up and have your baby like screaming at you, but like when he's not like this, he is so smiley and happy, like especially in the mornings when he isn't like upset to wake up. His eyes are just like wide open, beady-eyed, full of wonder, full of hope, and he's just, as soon as you look at him and he's looking at you, he'll just smile, and it's just the best thing ever. It took me a while to actually leave the house. I honestly expected myself to be leaving the house sooner and more independently. Billy took 5 weeks off with me, but we didn't really go anywhere except for appointments. But as soon as he went back to work, I expected myself to go out and go for walks and things. Oh my gosh, my battery's flashing. I'll have to come back to this if I remember. I charged my battery. I still haven't gotten dressed for the day, and it is, what is the time? It's 12:20 and I still haven't gotten dressed for the day. I'm dressed in the most basic outfit. I was talking about not going out by myself for a while, and I'm still kind of like that, because sometimes he would just absolutely scream blue murder in the car, and it's so distressing. I tried to go somewhere once by myself to like shops, and I had to pull over 4 times because he was just screaming, and I was just traumatized from going anywhere by myself. And as I was in the other room, I thought of another thing I didn't know about babies / postpartum. You will sweat your butt off in your sleep. You will also stink. Your body odor will increase tenfold. Like, you will not recognize yourself. The amount of deodorant that you will need to mask your smell, there's not enough in the world. But it is actually for a good reason. It is so your little ones can actually smell where you are. It's so they can smell you and find the milk. And like at nighttime, in the middle of the night, I would wake up and I would be dripping wet with sweat. Prepare for sweaty nights and stinky underarms. We are now at the most difficult point of the day, witching hour, and we're at his last afternoon nap of the day, but he just really struggles with going down. I'm going to end the vlog here. We didn't end up going out. We just ended up hanging out. We just actually got back from a grocery shop, so that's the extent of where we went this afternoon. I'm going to clock off, put this little one down for a nap if he stops fighting me. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.